This is the new Olight O Pen Glow. Let's get into it. Alright, and before we get into the video, Olight is having their Memorial Day sale from now until the 18th. And there are a lot of different lights for sale on their website, including the O Pen Glow. And you can get this guy completely free. This is the Gober. It's a really cool little safety light that comes with a little removable pocket clip. So I will leave a link in the description to the website. Now, if you missed the sale, you can still get 10% off anything on the Olight web store besides the X9R using the coupon code APARMS. Link in description. So here it is. This is the new Olight O Pen Glow. And this is a pen, which is a little bit different than the normal content I post on this channel, but it's super cool and has a lot of awesome features, so I wanted to share it with you. Included in the box, obviously, is the pen, the user manual, a blue ink cartridge, the pen already comes pre-installed with a black cartridge, the charging stand, a USB-C cable to connect the stand, and this magnetic base for mounting the stand. You can see that it attaches right to the bottom. So, going over the external features, starting up front at the tip of the pen, you see this little copper ring, and that is actually how the light charges. So included in the box you get this awesome little stand. So the way it charges is you just connect the source of power here with the USB-C cable. Every time you want to charge it, just drop it in, it'll charge like that. It also has a built-in battery indicator in the stand, and if you're familiar with Olights, this will be really familiar to you. It lights up red while it's charging, and then it turns green when it is fully charged. This also makes it really nice to store it. You just put this on your desk or use that little magnetic mount. Always have a spot to put your pen. Super convenient. The tip also unscrews, and this is how you change your ink. You can also see under here there are lubricated O-rings to help with water resistance. Pulling this off here, you can see you have your ink cartridge, and if you just give this a little tug, it will come out. And you can see you have that little black cap here to show you the color of the ink. So it is really nice that they give you two options in the box. You just set it back in here, press it in to lock it, and then just screw the tip back on, and you're good to go. You do have some really nice texturing here. It's not too aggressive, makes it really comfortable to write with. Alright, moving back up, you do have your bolt action here. This is a bolt action pen. So to expose the pen tip for writing, you push this down and to the left. Then to retract the pen, just click that back. There is another hidden feature with this as well that I will get into in a second. There is a nice blue anodized ring here, and that separates the top and the bottom from the pen. There is another waterproof seal in here. You really don't need to unscrew this. I'm not sure why you would ever need to get in here, but this does come apart. And then here on the pocket clip, you see this little guy right here. That is an LED, and that is your main light on this. I'll get more into that in a second. And then all the way at the top, this is not a way to deploy the pen, because obviously you have the bolt action here. This activates the lights on the pen. And that's right, there are more than one light. This pen is super cool. And then another feature right in the middle of this button, you see a little dot there, and that's another really cool feature. So let's get into the glow part. It's called the O Pen Glow, so that obviously lights up in some way. So let's get over how it lights up. Start with the main light on the side. So you have your button up top, clicking the button in, it turns on. And that is pretty bright right there, but that's not it. That's just moonlight mode. It's like a normal flashlight. It has multiple modes. Holding the switch will cycle through them. See, next one up, low mode, medium mode, and high mode. And this thing is insanely bright. Keep in mind, this is a tiny LED installed on the pocket clip, and this gets to a maximum brightness of 120 lumens on a pocket clip. I have full-size flashlights that are dimmer than that. I will get into the brightness settings and the run times in a second, and there is another light feature here at the front. So with the pen deployed, if you click the same switch, there's another light right in the tip. Look at that. That's super cool. And this allows you to see what you're writing at night if you don't have any light nearby. That's a really cool feature that I've never seen before in a pen. And then clicking the button again will turn that off. Or you can just turn it off by retracting the pen. Now, I did mention there was a hidden feature in here. And I did mention that there was something else up with this button. If I push this forward, a green laser comes out of that button. So this would be perfect for meetings or presentations where you need a laser. That is super cool. And having all of these features in a pen is just really crazy. especially one of this size. Turning it off, you just push it forward again and it turns off. This is the size of a normal pen, but it's packing a flashlight that is 120 lumen output. It's packing light hidden in the tip to help you write at night. And it also has a green laser built into the button in the back. There's so many features, and it's way more than just a pen. And speaking of the pen part, all these features are great, but if it doesn't write and do a good job at being a pen, then it's not really worth it, right? It's a really smooth writing experience. Out of all the ballpoint pens I've used, this one is among the best. It writes super smooth, the ink looks very nice, and I didn't experience any feeding issues. And that bold action is just so satisfying. So let's go over the specs and the runtimes with this light built into the pen. Moonlight mode starts out in 5 lumens, and it runs for 5 hours continuously. Low mode is 20 lumens, and it will run at that brightness for an hour and 50 minutes. Medium mode is 60 lumens, and it'll run at that brightness for 45 minutes. And then high mode is 120 lumens, and it'll run at that brightness for 14 minutes straight. Afterwards, it'll drop down to 60 lumens and run for an additional 21 minutes. And then if we talk about the pen tip, that is 0.2 lumens, and it will run for 2.5 hours continuously. And then if you're curious about the laser, it's a class 1 laser with an output of 0.39 milliwatts, has a maximum runtime of 6 hours, and it has a wavelength between 510 and 530 nanometers. Let's get into some of the other specs. It has a maximum throw of 14 meters, has a drop test of 0.8 meters, has a really nice weight to it. It weighs 1.3 ounces, and it is also not waterproof rated, but it does have those 2 O-rings there that help with water resistance. I still wouldn't take this out in the rain or anything like that. Has a diameter of 1/2 inch and a length of just over 6 inches. A couple more features worth noting, it does have a lockout, so if I'm holding the switch for more than 2 seconds, it'll come on and then go off, and you can see every time I hit the switch now, it will not stay on, and it will not allow me to get out of moonlight mode. To turn that off, just hold the switch for more than a second, it'll blink, and that shows you that it is disabled. Also, if you want to use the tip and the pocket clip at the same time, you can do that. All you do is you turn on the pocket clip, and then you deploy the pen, hit the switch again, pocket clip will stay on, and the tip will come on as well. And then to turn them off, you just hit the button there, and that will disable both of them. If you want to leave the main light on and just turn off the pen tip, just retract it. Let's go ahead and take this pen outside at night and see just how bright it really is. Alright, here we are at night with the O Pen Glow. Let's go ahead and start out in moonlight mode. And there is moonlight mode. And this is only 5 lumens, you can still see how bright this is. And keep in mind, this is a pen. Alright, let's go into low mode. Alright, and there's low mode. Let's go ahead and go into medium mode. Alright, and there's medium mode. Let's go ahead and enter high mode. And there is high mode. That is crazy. This is 120 lumens out of a pen. Out of the pocket clip on a pen. This is nuts. Well, let's go ahead and turn this off and then turn on that green laser and see how bright that looks. Turning that on. And there it is. There's that green laser, and that looks really bright as well. Alright, and just for a second, I want to see how the light up tip looks at night. Turn that off, and now let's go ahead and put the pen out and hit that tip. And there it is. You really can't see it on the ground because it's 0.2 lumens, so I obviously don't expect that, but looking at the camera, this definitely has plenty of output if you're trying to write something down. Alright, let's get into my final opinions on the O Pen Glow. It's super cool. All the features that it has, as well as being a bold action, is just so fun to use. The fact that it effortlessly charges through that little stand, has a super bright light on the side of it, and also has that laser and pen tip light built into it, just make this such a cool little pen. Unless you knew, you wouldn't be able to tell that this isn't just a normal pen. So highly recommend picking one of these things up. It's really cool. As far as pens go, this is one of the coolest pens I've ever seen. And if you're interested in this, I will leave a link in the description. Check out that sale. This will be on sale between now and the 18th. Even if you miss the sale though, you can still get 10% off of this pen or anything else on the Olight web store besides the X9R using that coupon code APARMS. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Maybe not exactly more pen videos, but more videos about lights and gear in the future. If you want to be notified of those, go ahead and ring that bell. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later.